Jamendo.com.
Hey yo, what's good? What it is? Nick's Real Talk Tonight show. Divine got KJW events in the building. We about to get into it. Nick's at Indiana tonight, man. We're gonna get into all that. We're gonna break all this stuff down. Get into that game tonight at in Indiana and Hoosier Land, man. Salute to my brother KJ, man. How you doing tonight, my fan?
Divine, salute. Nick's Real Talk family, salute. Good game for us last night. Good bounce back win. Let's see if we can repeat tonight. I'm looking for the consistency. I want to see that RJ Barrett 3-point shot. I think last night a big part of us winning that game was we hit our 3 points. We hit our timely shots, but our threes were falling, and people stepped their game up. So I'm ready to get into tonight, Divine.
Yeah, real talk, man. Yo, salute everybody. Salute to the chat. Salute to everybody where you're streaming them from, man. We're gonna go get it popping today. A good win last night down there in San Antonio, man, at the Alamo. Knicks came and played their game, man, had 2 days off, man, had a chance to team bomb. We're going to get into all that, and I think it was real important for them what happened last night. But overall, man, we got the W, and we're trying to see if we can go win 2 in a row for the first time this year. So we're going to get into all that, man. Salute everybody. I hope everybody had a good day today, man. A good Wednesday, man. They're ready to get it popping down here, man, and, see what's going on, man. And that's what it is, man. Knicks is ready to go try to get 2 in a row. We haven't did that all year long, so we're going to try to get it. We down in Indiana, man. Start time 7:10, at the Cambridge Fieldhouse, man. We're going to go down there and try to get a win. I mean, that team down there going through a little bit of things right now in Indiana with all the trade talk down there in Indiana, so it's a little bit of things going on with them. We're going to see where their head is at. But obviously, I do think they are a better team than San Antonio. And their record speak for itself. They 10-16. So we got to see, man. Can't take it for granted. They got some good ball players down there, Miles Turner and all that stuff. We're gonna get into that. So real quick, man, let's get and break down the starting lineup for the night. We can get through all the things that we can talk about it, man. Tonight for the Knicks, project the starting lineup. Alex Burks at point guard, Fournier at shooting guard, RJ at the 3 spot. We got power forward Julius Randle and Nerlens Noel at the center spot. As of yesterday, he replaced Britton Robinson in the starting lineup for a minute, whatever the case may be. For the Indiana Pacers, guys, they project the starting lineup. Malcolm Brogdon at shooting guard, Caris LeVert at point guard. Shooting guard, Caris LeVert. Duarte at small forward. Sabonis at the power forward, and Miles Turner at center. That's a real solid team down there. So we got to be ready for that, man. For us on the injury front, Lucas Salmonich, he just two-way. He out because he's down there in the G League. And for the Indiana Pacers, we got Indiana Pacers. Justin Holiday helping safety protocols. Out TJ McConnell, right wrist. Out TJ Warren. He's been out for a while. And that is, it's not too much injury things going on both teams. Knicks look like they fully staffed tonight. Look like they ready to roll, man. So that should be an interesting game tonight. Trying to get a back-to-back win for the first time all year. And hopefully we can get this thing popping, man. KJ, and finally get 2 in a row and move on to the next phase of the season.
Yeah, and just looking at that lineup, TJ McConnell hurt us last time we played them. To me, on paper, Indiana looks like they have a good team. But we Miles Turner and Sabonis, they hurt us every single time since we played them, and we got to find no matter what's going on with them guys, we got to find a way to stop them. Even with the turmoil that the guys are going through right now, We have to find a way to stop those guys because we don't want to turn into, all right, one night we do good, then the next night is like, well, what happened to that team we just seen last night against San Antonio? I think the Knicks momentum, they have to keep the momentum going. And if we continue the momentum going with the lineup change, maybe some more things that could happen for us, Devon. It just, I don't want to go back to, we shoot a 9 for 35 game tonight from 3. Julius has 35 points, but we lose the game by like 10 or 15. We don't need that right now. And I just hope that those guys, they come together on this road trip because that's what it seems. In road trips, that's when teams come together. We're better away anyway than the Garden. But if we somehow come together, no matter what's going on with trade talks, we come together. And I think Tibbs let a fire in RJ. As we seen the game last, he set a nice fire under him. My man came out scoring for 7 for 8. So let's see if he can continue that tonight.
Yeah, real talk, man. Beginning on a roll, getting a bond with your soldiers and everybody together, man. I think it always makes it interesting for a good outcome. Because sometimes when you get away from Madison Square Garden, get away from New York, get away from us, get away from all the noise and the media and all that, you need to get on the road and gel and get into each other and contemplate and sit down and talk about each other, talk about the game, talk about what they need to do to get better. Find out what they're not doing good to correct that. And I think they did a good job of that against San Antonio. We haven't won to San Antonio since 2014. Seven in a row we lost down here. So that's good to show that we went down there to the Alamo, got the victory, which was good. Nice performance overall for the whole team. That's the first time in a long time that our starting lineup was in a plus. It was in a plus instead of a minus. So that was good to see. I like the way Julius Randle played yesterday, man. He played a good game all around. He didn't have to score a lot, but he distributed the ball real well. Wasn't forcing nothing. Was getting after a little bit on the defense end. So that was good to see yesterday, man. That was a good win. And now we need to get to the next phase of this thing, man, which is today. And that's a tough team they got down there. But let's see how they mind. Let's see how the Indiana Pacers mind is today, man. Because they talking about a lot of shaking up down there. That we're gonna see that affect that team today. But they're a better team in San Antonio all around. So it's gonna be important that we don't take that for granted because we are not playing the San Antonio Spurs tonight. We're playing the Indiana Pacers, and believe me, they got some good players down there. And I know they're gonna. Anytime the Knicks come in, anybody want to beat the Knicks because it's New York City and that's what it is. It's the mecca of basketball. They know that New York is New York. So no matter where we go on the road, everybody want to try to take a shot at us. But I do think that we're gonna come out there with a good mindset tonight, and hopefully we prevail, man, and get 2 in a row for the first time. And this year, and we can, and hopefully we can go, take it one game at a time. But we need to get it tonight. Go down there and play hard. Leave everything out there. Don't take nothing for granted, and just play ball, man. If you play the way you played last night, and keep that ball moving, and let whoever going to be the main guy tonight set the tone. RJ set the tone last night. Mr. Robinson set the tone last night, and Julius Randle and everybody followed suit. I think it was a good overall win for us. So it got us to 500. Now we need to go in there tonight and try to get over 500 and make it happen, man. Salute to the chat real quick before I continue. To all the people in the chat, man. Shaw Powers, Tim, Will, Pudge, the Fishers, Queens Court in the building, always checking in for us, man. We appreciate your sister. You already know. We got Brianna Robinson. Brianna, thank you for joining the show today. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, man, let's get it popping, man. We got the Knicks Corner in the building today, man. Knicks Corner. Thank you for sure, Dan NYB. Thank you, my man. We appreciate you for real. And then let's get it, man. KJ, it's just good. Overall, it's gonna be a good test for us tonight. And I would love to see us finally get 2 in a row. And I think they know that. That's a good thing about this team tonight. They know they haven't played 2 games in a row. So I think they're really gonna want this game tonight just to show and prove that they can get on a good run, man. And maybe, like I said, man, and catapult us into a better season.
You know what, Devon, as they should. Right now it's really no one safe on the Knicks neither. Just a couple of days ago for this 3-game losing streak, we talking about. I'm already hit. I told you I'm still hitting the panic button. Because this team has to show me consistency. They haven't shown me consistency yet. And if they could keep the same game plan from last night, we'll be fine. Like it seems to me that this team does better when Julius has a low-scoring game. When he's not putting up 30, 35 points, close to 40. He only had 2 points, I think, till like the third quarter yesterday, and he came alive and had that run of 3 threes in a row. And the fourth, I think it was last night. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was the fourth quarter. He had those 3 threes, right? And
Yeah, I think that was
Okay. And he came alive. Other than that, it was RJ. So it seems to me that Julius did do a good job of distributing the ball around because the assists and the rebounds he had. The game that Mitch had last night, Mitch was very effective off the bench. 14 rebounds, 11 points. That's a Mitchell Robinson that we need. And if he can continue that, then yes, we should sign him back. But that was only one game. So the thing is now is can he continue that game? Now with Noel, well, 2 points. We're paying this guy $10 million a year. That's not going to cut it. Now, Noel, one credit I give Noel to, his defense was great. But $10 million a year for that production is not going to cut it on this New York Knicks team. I was upset last night, Devon, about the minutes that Obi Toppin. I felt like Obi Toppin should be getting way more minutes instead of 12 minutes per game because his production, it shows when he's more into the game, his production goes up. So I just want to see Tibbs, his coaching style has to me, has to get a little better of getting people in at the right time and not playing Randall so long in that first and third quarter and bringing Randall back in so quickly. Because sometime like last night, we were up in the third quarter by like 10 points. And I'm like, let's keep this lineup in the game. What does Tibbs do? He brings in Randall, he takes him out. And I think he subbed some, I think Mitch back in too. And the team not saying they came back, but sometimes we don't need to see Randall in all the time. Let these young guys get going and Randall get going. So I just want to see that tonight, Devon. I want to see more of the lineup changes, and I want to see more consistency tonight. And I think we can get the win if that happens.
Yeah. I mean, I second pretty much everything you said. Real talk, but Queens Court. Yeah, Mitch lost. He went down from 280 to 265. He probably got another 10 more pounds to shed before the season really get to the halfway season. I like what he brought, the energy. It's all about getting healthy. It's all about we got to be patient with this thing, man. We 23 games into the season. And I just think we got to be patient, but I do think that I know we're going to turn that corner. I'm not the one to worry about too many things because basketball is it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. So I'm not concerned at all. I would have been concerned if we'd have lost a couple of games in a row after this, and I'm like, okay, something's not right there. But I think the Knicks did what they had to do last night. I think the road trip did them well, get away from the Garden and all that good stuff, and I just think it boded well for us, man. And I understand why Tibbs do things because 10 points is not a long lead in the NBA. 2 3-pointers, you're only down 4 points. So I think he got sometimes you gotta ride the people who know how to handle them situations. But hopefully Obi, I'm one of them guys who want Obi to basically be started. That's how much I believe in him. But I'm gonna trust him in what he do, man. The man got us 41 wins last year, and I think he's gonna get us there this year. I'm just gonna leave it all in his hands, man. I know it's a lot of things we want Tibbs to do different. I get it and everything, but at the end of the day, he know that personnel way better than we do. He see them in practice every day. He know what they do, and he know their tendencies, and he got to coach a team the way he can. And I guess we just got to live with that. A Knicks fan to accept that man is a 2-time NBA Coach of the Year. He done seen and played coach more basketball than we probably would before we even know. So I don't want to second guess Tibbs by no means, but I do agree with you. There's a lot of things that he can do, and I do want to see Obi Toppin get more minutes. And I'm the one. I'm a big opponent of that, but only Tibbs knows what he sees, man, and but hopefully it all changed, KJ. Maybe he can get in there and start giving Obi more minutes, but it's a deep team, and and let's hope so. I agree with you on a lot of points you said, man. We got to really get this guy these guys momentum going. But I would love to see Obi Toppin get more minutes. I think he should be at least playing 20 minutes, 25, even if you got to go to the 3 spot or something. But that's how deep the team is. Now you got to think about it. The whole Big 15 is there. Everybody's there, other than Lucas Salmon because he's a 2-way player. Our team is basically right now about to become fully healthy, and so the distribution of minutes is going to be what it is. You know what I mean? And but let's hope that it don't affect nothing. We did. I think we done weathered the storm in New York City. I think we done weathered the storm, and I think these guys can now just focus on basketball. And other than the Kemba Walker situation, we haven't had too much drama in New York this year. It's been drama-free in New York. And I don't even think the Kemba Walker situation is drama. I just think that in the media is drama, but I don't think it's drama, and I just think that the Knicks are doing what they got to do, and let's hope that it continues. Let's try to get that win tonight, KJ. It'll be a good win to win 2 in a row and to move us to one game over 500. You know, and I think we got a lot to look for tonight.
Right. And the key is, like I said, we have a starting center in that second unit. And with the Pacers starting Sabonis and Miles Turner, who is their second unit center to come in? So Mitch could really dominate that second unit big time. And as you see, RJ plays a lot better with the second unit, because to me, the second unit is much faster than the first unit. It's just that the first unit, to be the first unit, has a lot more shooters in it with Julius Randle, Evan Fournier, and who's Alec Burke. You know, with Alex Burke production coming and starting now, that takes away from the bench a little bit. So who's stepping up on that second unit for us? So last night, Mitch made up a lot of points for the second unit. 11 points, 14, a double-double. We'll take that and all day and run with it. That's actually more production than what's my man at Noel right now. So it's just that the first quarter really we won every quarter but the last quarter last night. And if we win these quarters, the first quarter, second, we win these quarters, we have a chance to pull it out at the end. So for me, Devon, is just really seeing the consistency now. I don't need to see 35 points. I don't need to see 30, 40 minutes from some players. If we have a group of people distributing the ball, moving the ball, making points, and you get one guy, which was hot, 7 for 8 from 3 from RJ Barrett, career high, 32 points. That's what I'm talking. It could be anybody's night, but the ball has to move. And I think Julius did a good job of that last night. Let's see if he can continue that tonight. That is the key to the game that I want to see now. I want to see these guys move the ball. I want to see game by game. I want to see if they can continue to do the same thing they did the night before the last game to get W's in this league.
Yeah, absolutely. I think in fairness, Julius Randle, I think Julius Randle been moving that ball all year. Just that them cats wasn't hitting no shots. Julius Randle should have been Julius Randle probably right now should have had almost like 4 triple doubles this year, maybe 5. But when Fournier wasn't hitting, RJ wasn't hitting, you know what I mean, and so gold the player so gold the guy that you're going in the trenches with, they ain't performing, then you're not going to look good. And I think a lot of that Julius Randle game this year predicated on because that team was not hitting those shots, and he was forced to do that because if nobody else going to hit shots, who else going to do it? So he was forced to take a lot of forced stuff this year because due to the fact that cats wasn't on, they really wasn't. You know what I mean? And I gotta. You know, I don't want to throw no shade at Julius Randle, but Julius Randle been putting up them numbers, could have been putting up the same numbers if these cats would have been really hitting shots. So let's hope that they all get into this groove, they get their shot. Let's hope RJ come back around. He have a game like he had. Let's hope Fournier start getting back into his rhythm. And because Fournier was absent a lot of this year and it had effect on the team. But I do think with RJ coming back out and coming to his own last night, and seeing Mitchell Robinson just dominate like he played. And you got to remember, he played starting minutes. He didn't start. He played starting minutes. And because everybody in that whole Knicks team last night was in the pluses except for one player. And guess who that was? Nerlens Noel.
Oh, Noel, right.
The only one was in the minus. You know what I mean? So I think whether he started Mitch or didn't start Mitch, I think Mitch would have had that game against San Antonio. I think Mitch is coming into his own. He's starting to lose that weight. He getting the stamina back. Hopefully he's all right tonight because he took a huge fall last night, man. That thing was scary to me. It seemed like every time that brother get ready to get into his game, he break out of his shit. Yeah, man. He seemed like he get an injury, man. He came down hard on that back last night. But salute to Mitch, man. Last night I noticed he was running up and down that floor. I'm like, this look like the rookie year Mitch. So maybe another couple of games, man. Maybe another week or two, he really be into it then because he looked good last night. His agility, his mobility. Mitch was dominating out there, man. And if he play like that the rest of the year, I think we're going to be in good shape, KJ. I just think that let's hope that now I'm looking for Fournier to get consistent. And because I do like the way him and Randle try to play off each other. Randle always trying to find Fournier on them little curls and them 3-point shots. I like that. I really think that this team still got a way to go, but I think they're getting there. And I think this is a matter of time before these dudes really go in there and get it popping, man. And I think we just got it starts tonight. Started last night for sure. And yeah, absolutely, Delano, DSJ, man, that was a crazy hit, man. I thought that was like a football hit when he hit my man last night.
Shot block.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, listen, man, I want the Knicks to let's go streaking, man. It's that time now. Let's go streaking, New York. We need to get on a winning streak, go streaking a little bit. Hopefully we can win tonight, man, and maybe go down there to Toronto if we can win that Toronto game, because when we after that Toronto game, we got two tough games. We got the Milwaukee Bucks and Golden State Warriors at the Mecca. You know what I mean? So we know it'd be important that we can win these 3 games here,
right?
And try to go back to the Garden with 2 games over 500, and see if we can get this thing going. Because sometimes once you get on a winning streak, you just never know, it carries over, KJ. And I'm hoping that we can do that, man. Go streaking, get a winning streak, yeah, and take it 1 game at a time, though. But try to get the streak going. That'd be nice for sure.
Well, yeah, that happens with most NBA teams, or just Major League Baseball, or whatever sports you play. You come together on the road, especially if you're going through some Knicks going through something. They hear the talk, they hear the media, they hear us talking. They got that good W last night. So it's just keeping the same thing. Now, my question to you is, Devon, are we leaving with the pace on this plane ride? Are we taking somebody with us now?
I hope so. Is
this also a business trip where we take Indiana? Do they make a trade? Say, you know what, we scooping you and we dropping one off and taking you with us. Is that going down this week tonight?
Hey man, if it don't go down tonight, I eventually somewhere in this mix of time, I think the Knicks probably will do something. What it is, I can't say, but I was like, listen, I'm be honest with you. If the only one out there to me,
okay,
I'm gonna say 3 guys on that team. If I had to go after anybody, I ain't gonna say 4, because if they talking about throwing some bonus out there too, then you do what you got to do to get him in there as well. But I like the Caris LeVert thing. I like Caris LeVert coming in off the bench for us. That boy can get buckets with the rest of them. He's familiar with New York City, played with Brooklyn for 3 or 4 years before they moved him into James Harden deal. He might be a nice addition from us, to fulfill that Alex Burks role. Now, obviously, you would love to have Brogdon and Turner and Sabonis, but if none of that can shake out, I'm good with Caris LeVert, man. I just think that young man he can help us out a great deal on the offense end. But I hope Indiana do decide to do something. We can get into that mix. I think it'll be a good situation. We can grab one of them players.
Do you think, regardless of our record, we're 12-12 right now, right? Mm-hmm. This is our 25th game. Regardless of how we looking, right? Put your GM hat on. Is a trade still going to happen? We don't know who's going to come, but just from Devon, is a trade still going to happen?
Oh yes, absolutely, okay. Absolutely. Because I think you got to get the Kemba Walker situation taken care of. That's another thing, man. I would love if they was willing to say we'll send Kemba Walker and maybe a pick and somebody for Caris LeVert. I'll jump on that in a heartbeat.
Right.
In a heartbeat, man. And like I said, his familiarity with the city, he understands the area. You know what I mean? He won't be a player coming in here that you got to kind of try to get adjusted to New York City and what goes on in New York City, in the media and all that. He's been here, he knows. So in other words, it's a smooth transition.
Right.
That's why I like him. But the Knicks Miles Turner was on the Knicks radar this offseason, and but here's the thing about Miles Turner. Once that contract up, are you going to give him his $25 million a year? So that's going to be. It's a lot of nuances playing to this stuff. Yeah. Is when we trade for Miles Turner, once that $18 million he got is up, all right, do you extend him along knowing that you got to extend RJ, and maybe you might have to extend Obi. I mean, I know, so it's a lot if they are going to be here.
Right.
Yeah, so it is interesting to see.
And I said the same thing. Like, if that was to happen with Miles Turner, it has to be a third team in there, because that's just too much money to take on right now for one person for the Knicks. And we got people that we're looking at if Mitch works out, or we don't know. But I think right now I am not comfortable with this team as they're presently unfolded to us right now. I am not comfortable with them. Even if they would have made the playoffs, I'm really not comfortable with them, because it's just too many inconsistencies. Mm-hmm. Maybe if they didn't have all these inconsistencies, the talk would be different. But I think we all seen enough 24 games going on 25. Mm-hmm. We all, as Knicks fans, and I'm not speaking for all you, but I'm speaking for myself, I do not feel comfortable going forward with this team because of the inconsistencies. I know we have players that could turn you on at any minute, just like last night. I think we had 18 3-pointers last night, Devon?
Yeah, some of that nature.
Come on, man. 18. When was the last time we had 18 3-pointers? I think in the beginning of the year, like when it was like game 5 or 6, But that's the type of Knicks team that that I know can happen. But will it always happen? No. And to your point, like you said earlier with Julius Randle, them guys, he made great passes, but these guys are not hitting the shots. Like so it's just it's a give and take with this team. So we got to take it one bit at a time. But I do believe something may happen tonight, guys. I really believe that something may happen tonight on this road trip. I just got a feeling. Okay. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If not, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, you never know, man. But you know what it is? It's so many options out there. And here's one thing as a Knicks fan base we got to feel good of. We feel good about. This is real talk. We 12-12 and haven't even been playing good basketball. As a fan base, you got to feel good about that. We haven't even clicked on all cylinders yet, and I know we will eventually do it.
Yeah.
I think we will. And you know what? Hopefully last night might be the start of that. Because like I said, sometimes we got to take this thing into what it is, man. Like I said, you had new players here, Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier, trying to get acclimated to what we did. And, and it took time for that. Then you had Noel. Think about it. He was out. This is the 23rd game. He must have missed about 13 of them or something like that or whatever. He missed quite a few games. Mitch came in not in a good shape because of the situation with his foot and all that good stuff. So I do think that, you know what, you haven't seen the Knicks' best basketball. But if any indication the way they played last night, the way they can be playing going forward, then I'm good. But if you look at the rest of the association, we can get into that later. It's a juggernaut in there. Everybody's like that. I mean, Knicks is 12-12, and they win tonight, they might jump up to number 7. If they win Friday, they might be number 6. I just think that right now it's the NBA with everything going on with the COVID situation and injuries and people getting acclimated. Now I think it's finally we can say this here. There's no more excuses. That we can say. I don't think nobody needs to talk about we need to gel with each other. We even played enough time together. I think that's all out of the blue. Now it's all about show and prove it now. Let's see what happens.
Right. Queen's Court, right. Exactly. I couldn't think of the game. Exactly. Porzingis. That's exactly what happened. So,
that same night.
You're right. So, hey, look, it could happen, but I want to talk about that Miles Turner and LeVert. Devon, put your GM hat on. Miles Turner and LeVert. Who you giving up?
I'm giving up Kemba Walker.
Okay.
Nerlens Noel, Kevin Knox, and probably a future first.
Okay. That's sort of who I had. I had obviously Kemba out here, Noel. See, I'm trying to hold on to the first. I mean, Kemba, Noel, Kevin Knox. If we can get some type of swap out, don't forget that money come off the books for what's my man's name? Joakim Noah at the end of the year, so we'll have some money. But Miles Turner contract scares me. That's a lot of money we gotta pay him. So I mean, put like this. To make a short-term fix, I think LeVert with Miles Turner will be great on this team for a short-term fix, and then we'll figure it out as we go forward. I'm pretty sure there's other things with it, but I'm trying to stay for a first round. I gotta get a Damian Lillard in here, or even a what's my man's name? Even a Covington. You always say Covington. I like Covington, but when I would give a first for him. I'm not sure if I would give a first for Miles Turner and Travis and then LeVert.
I think you're gonna have to give up multiple firsts for Damian Lillard.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not for Miles Turner and LeVert though.
Yeah, the reason I would give up that one of them picks, because you think about it, next year we got our pick and a Charlotte pick. You know what I mean? Charlotte playing good basketball. We gonna be playing good basketball. That pick gonna be down in could be by the 20s.
Right. I would give that swap. That's what I said a swap. Okay. So we had that Charlotte's pick. So I would give that swap up for them. I would do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, if they're willing, but if we had to throw in the first, because I think Caris LeVert is that skillful, and I think Miles Turner is that skillful, and so if we had to do that, because you think about it, Noel, Knox, and Kemba Walker to me. And Port Knight says if we can unload Fournier contract, then I'm all good. That's all good with me. I ain't it's a good one for Knight. We can unload that contract. It's not a bad one, but I think we can. If you bring in somebody like Caris LeVert, that offsets Fournier's contract. I think Caris LeVert can do what Fournier can do in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? So I do think you're right, Port Knight, that you can throw Knox, Noel, or Fournier. I'm with that for real. You know what I mean? I like Fournier, but I think Karis LeVert can do what he could do. You know what I mean? And so I just think that makes that situation much easier. But man, I mean, yeah, if I had to throw my GM hat, I would even throw in that first because I think next year's first is not gonna be worth nothing too much to us. Especially we're gonna be at a certain level where we at, and I think you know, and you swap they pick, and you know, if they willing to do that, I'd do it. But if they willing to take a first, I'll go ahead and do it. I don't have a problem with next year's pick. Them picks gonna be down in the 20s, like I said. But man, what would be your take, man? What would you like to see?
I mean, these guys are numbers guys. So whatever the numbers are going to be, they're going to do it. Like the Fisher said, Scott Perry, Fournier, and Covington. Yeah, a Queen. Yeah, you know, I know Miles Turner is better than Covington. I like that. I just think Covington is something that we really need on this team as far as a wing defender, someone that can knock down 3-pointers. I think Covington would go well with this team. But like I said, I'm pretty much on the same thing you're on. I just if we're giving up first rounds, that means these players have to change the dynamic of this team. You know, that means we have to be in that top 3 if we're giving up these players right now because we're still playing with house money. And that's just the way I feel. Like you make good points, Divine. We're right there. We're only 12-12. Teams are beating each other, and look at the way we're playing, but we're 12-12. But if we move 2 more pieces to get more pieces down the line, that's going to help out this team with Julius Randle. So then let's just say, for instance, we got Miles Turner, LeVert, Julius Randle, Barrett, and Alec Burke. That's a great starting 5 lineup right there, right?
Yeah, brother. Yeah, word on.
And we still have the bench with then you know you're looking at Grimes maybe getting in at times. You got Quickly, you got D Rose, you got Mitch now coming off the bench. That's a great Miles Turner and Mitchell Robinson. That's a good duel back and forth. So it definitely could work out. The money matches, but you know we have to see. Miles Turner is that stretch 5 now that can shoot that 3 now that we so lonely wanted on our first unit. And Miles Turner could give more production than Nolan Noel right now, who's making $30 million for the next 3. I mean, $10 million a year. You know, so why not?
Yeah, the thing with Miles Turner, and here the thing was important too. Miles Turner is not a good rebounder. Y'all, people need to make sure y'all understand that he is not a good rebounder for what he do. He's a good shot blocker. He can shoot the ball. He got a better offensive game than Noel and Mitch, but he's not a good rebounder, man. You know what I mean? And so that's why I would do the Noel thing. You know what I mean? Because I could see Mitch, Turner, and like I said, even if you let Mitch walk here, Mitch making only $1,800,000. You know, what the hell you want to trade that for somebody giving you 13 and 14 and 4 blocks? I ain't giving that away for no $1 million, man. I'm like, you keep Mitch until the end of the year. I don't care if you don't extend Mitch, but you don't trade nobody with that production for $1 million, for $8 million. I mean, it's like crazy to me. So I would do Noel because Noel, I got a feeling won't last that long because of his injury situation. He's more fragile than Mitch. You know what I mean? You know, and I just think that he's a fall away from or a big guy running into him might have him out again. You know what I mean? So, you know, we got to look at it from that and then shed $10 million and still get somebody coming in here. You know, I think Miles Turner made $18 million. So if you get rid of him and Kemba Walker, that go Miles Turner contract right there for the next 2 years. You know what I mean? And then that way it ain't like the Knicks tapped into the salary cap because Kemba making $9 million for 2 years, Noel making 10 a year. So that's $19 million right there. So them 2 people alone take care of Miles Turner's contract, and they both come off the books pretty much at the same time, I think. Right. I'm not sure if Miles got 2 years or 1, but for the dollar-wise, you don't even mess with the infrastructure of our cap space, our cap that we can have, because, you know, them contracts is about the same accumulating Noel and Kemba Walker opposed to Miles Turner. So that, to me, that's a wash. Now with the Karis LeVert thing, and now you see where his money at, and then you try to get the value for his contract, and his contract is not even that long either. So I think what I like about it, they're not long-term deals. They can come in and help us right away, and we'll make the decision on whether we want to keep or not going forward. I think it's an excellent opportunity if you can pull Miles Turner and LeVert to this team, man, and knowing that you're not taking on no 4 or 5 year contract. And not only that we know that them cats can help us this year. I think Miles Turner, Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, Karis LeVert, and Alex Burks, That's a nice team right there.
Right. But also, Devon, they'll put Burks back on the bench and let LeVert start.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a point guard. I think he's a shooting guard. I think LeVert is a shooting guard. So I don't know if he's gonna be. I don't think he's a point guard, but I think he's a shooting guard, maybe 2-3. Because it's gonna be either him or Fournier. Whether you start Fournier, bring him off the bench, or you start Caris LeVert and bring Fournier off the bench. But either way it goes, that's a good situation to be in. You know what I mean?
He ran in guard position for Brooklyn before Kyrie was there. LeVert. Remember he was in Brooklyn?
Yeah, I remember he was in Brooklyn. I don't think he was a point guard. I think we had to look at. I think my man was the point guard for them at the time. It wasn't Caris LeVert. Yeah, there you go. Fisher said he's not a point guard, but he can
handle duty. Right.
Yeah, right. He's like an Alex Burks to me, literally. Right. He's like an Alex Burks. But I think he'd be nice with that second unit. Derrick Rose, Emmanuel Quickly, Caris LeVert, Obi Toppin, and Mitchell Robinson. That's legit. Yeah. That's legit. You know what I mean? That's legit right there, brother. And I think that would be phenomenal if you could pull that off. Because now you got Derrick Rose can get buckets. Emmanuel Quickly can hit the three. Caris LeVert just get the bucket. Obi Toppin can play with his energy and get buckets. And I think Mitchell Robinson, I think that'd be nice to try. So, you never know, man. Let's see if they walk out of there with a move. But that's something to keep in mind. And everybody out there, man, in the chat and everybody there who watching and all the Knicks fans out there, that's a simple trade that I think is manageable for the Knicks. I think it'll make us a better team. And I also think that it keeps our salary cap intact for the next couple of years when them all them contracts come off the books. Then when you decide whether you're going to extend them or not, but it's not a bad situation to have. You know what I mean? So absolutely, Shop Power. That's a starting team coming off the bench, man. Real talk.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So that's what I think we got to get to, man. Right now, we just got to do that until. But one thing I do like about doing that, guys and ladies and gents, let's say we did do that. Now I think we got a team where we can go if we need to get a mega star.
Right.
I think that team is solid enough. That team at least get us to the 4-3 maybe. And let's say after this year or whatever, and then you can convert one of the two of them players into somebody that's really going to help get us over the top. Then I think we did what we set out to do, man. So I don't think this thing is set in stone yet. I do think that there's going to be some changes still coming. And but I'm looking forward to it, man. But right now, let's hope that we can get this W tonight, get down here, man, and go down to Indiana, Hoosier land, and get it. You know what I mean? Because I think, and there you go, my man. See that President Nice, me and him on that same page with that brother there. I'm gonna look, cows come home.
I'm happy he put that in there, right? Because look, if they do that, it might be set up for another move, like a Cat move. If we get Turner, because Cat and Turner pretty much make about the same thing right now. If you look at the numbers, I think Cat gets like 19-20 million a year right now.
Cat is a max. Cat is like 30 million. He
30, max. So you package that. So it's a lot of things that can happen for another deal. But I think a deal is happening. If something comes tonight, something comes tonight. If not. But how do we go in here tonight and win this game? We know in these past two games that we played these guys, Sabonis has hurt us big time.
Yeah,
so how do we stop him down there?
I think tonight, here's what I'm happy about tonight and last night. All our players is back. All of them here. This is the first time in just about the whole season we got everybody back. It's literally the Big 15 is back, except for my man that's in the G League. So I think it will be interesting tonight, man. I think you might, having Noel finally playing some games in a row, Mitch getting his energy back. Now we're gonna see how their front line play against them. Julius Randle always plays well against Sabonis. Them cats been going at it for the last couple of years, mano a mano. I've seen some night Julius Randle give it to him, and Sabonis is a good player too. But I think we're ready tonight, man. I think we got all our guys back, and I think we got a chance now to really, really see how this team is really going to perform. And mine is Kemba Walker. This is one night I would love to see Grimes get them Alex Burks minutes, but I noticed what Tibbs is doing, he going 9, maybe 9, 10, maybe every now and then. But this would be a good time. I would love to see Grimes get in there and get that spot, man. I think he can help that team even more with his defense and his shooting. So I think hopefully Tibbs, throw him in there, not just to throw him in there to release somebody, but put him in the rotation, man. You know, you got a 10-man. If Kemba Walker's out of the rotation, go 10 deep. Put my man Grimes up in there, and then let's see if he can make it work down there, man, and give him his opportunity. It's early in the season. It's best to do it now, KJ, than wait till the end of the season. That way, we put him in there now, he's getting that rhythm, he's getting that flow, he's getting that timing, he's getting opportunity. So I think as each game by game go on, he's going to get better because he's getting reps. You know what I mean? And basketball is about reps. You know what I mean? And you get the reps to work on your craft, and I think you'll be all right. And I think Grimes would be nice tonight to get into that rotation, man. We'll see. You know, Tibbs keeping it tight because Tibbs trying to win, man. And let's see how it goes tonight, man. Hopefully it all work out for the best.
Right, and like we question his coaching style with his team, so it's a lot going on there. And like I said, last night was the first night you felt a little bit more comfortable with them guys was playing because of the amount of shots they guys were made last night. And then you seen the production that Mitch was coming off the bench and what Noel was bringing, even though his points production wasn't there, but you seen the way he was doing his box numbers didn't show up on the box score, but we seen the game. So for me, Devon, I'm gonna keep saying it. It's how consistent can these guys be from night to night to get us back to what we know where this team can go. And I'm pretty sure these guys hear the same talks that they're hearing. Oh, we're going to trade this person. We're going to trade that person. So how are they going to react, the Knicks players? How is Indiana going to react to their names being mentioned in trade talk? So some guys might say, you know what? Put it, Devon, if you knew you was getting traded tomorrow somewhere, right? You still going to show up to work, right? Well, are you going to give it your all?
Absolutely. Well, you know what you're supposed to if you're a professional. I mean,
right. I mean, the political answer is yes, but mentally, think about it. You got to think about. I got to move. I got family. I got to move. I got kids in school. All the other things that you're not thinking about. The business aspect wise, them guys is like, man, I checked out. I checked out a week ago, man. I'm out. And we know that goes on, but they have to say, I'm professional. I just like Kemba Walker. You know Kemba. Kemba is in the news for selling his mansion in Massachusetts right now. But all those emotions are going through, but you got to keep professional. So think about it. You're not really going to want to play. So who knows when might show up. And if we have that tonight, hey, we get this W tonight, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. You know, yeah, politically it is the right thing to say and do. But you know what? Because at the same time, they kind of know this is the NBA, though. They know when they signed that contract, they know they're not guaranteed to be with these teams forever. They know that. They do know that. I mean, they know that this is the NBA. This is a business. They know that, man. These cats, they understand that very well. That's why they got agents and all these things to let them know that, listen, one day you're here, the next day you're gone. You know what I mean? So what you do, you gotta have to pick up the pieces and move on. This ain't nothing new in the NBA. This has been going on for years. And people get traded all day. They traded Walt Clyde Frazier to the Cleveland Cavaliers. This thing been happening for years. Nothing new under the sun. Yeah. They just gotta own it and try to get it resolved. If you're gonna move me before I can get settled in, and then try to get back to some winning. Get back on the team that I'm going to and try to help that next team. Because no matter what team you're on, you still got to go out there and perform your duties. Because you're getting paid a lot of money to do this stuff. And I do think that if somebody get traded, like right now, they got to know that any day I might not be here. And they probably setting up a lot of that stuff already. Like, you know what? We might get moved. Let's prepare. Let's talk about this here just in case it happened. Do they sit down with their family, their spouses, their children, and listen, guys, we in this school system, we might not be there after this. Or some of them might say, you know what, you guys stay here, let me go to the other team, and then we work it out so I can come until I get settled in and come and get you guys. I mean, that's just the way it goes. And I think great minds would prepare for that. It's the young cats who don't know that might have to worry about it. But I think they understand. But like you said, it will settle in your mind, man. That's settled in our mind like us. Man, we move to another place. It's gonna be different. Right. So yeah, I agree with you 100%. They have to. Hopefully they can take it and they got some good advice around them, people who can help steer them in the right direction when it comes to all that. Because like I said, one thing I don't like about the NBA that I wish they could fix. It's easy for an organization to trade a player anywhere, but then they would get upset when a player want to go somewhere.
Yeah, right.
I mean, and that's one thing that I would wish they would kind of try to fix, because like I said, you could, like you said, you could be sitting here right now, and nothing you know, they call you. Guess what? You got traded. Damn, you know. But then again, you can't go to them and say, listen, I want to be out. Because now you look like a disgruntled player. So I think it's pros and cons to everything. But that's one thing I just think we got to live with, though.
Like, you know, it's crazy to see that just the way you putting it. It's like we here chilling on the stream. Somebody come down and say, look, man, you got to get out the house and like tonight. Like, what do you know? So, of course, they got people for that. And most people that do get traded, they are veterans. They've been traded before. We know Kimber's been traded before. Noel's been traded before. You know, it's really the young guys. I'm sorry, we don't really see a lot of young guys moving right away when these things come up right away. At least 2-3 years in, you get traded. But right away, no, because they're not really settled yet. So, I mean, we know what's going to happen. We just have to see when it's going to happen and what's going to happen to move the team. But I'm with any move to make this team better than what it is right now. 25 games in now, D. We've seen enough of this team. We've seen what they can do, what they can't do. Now it's time to reel it back in, and let's get back to our winning ways, especially at home. Home record is terrible. We should not be this worst at home right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, on that note, man, give me your keys to the victory tonight. What do you think we need to do tonight to walk out of Indiana with a W? Give me some keys to the victory that you think we need to do to get a victory tonight.
Right. Same thing. Julius has to drive to the hole. That should be his game plan. Drive to the hole, plenish the bonus down low, get to that line as much as possible. Move the ball is key. Perimeter defense is key because them guys could knock down 3-pointers than Brogdon, Duarte. Got a couple guys that can hit you threes. We have to do that. That is the game. That's the main game plan tonight. Another thing is make our free throws, and if we make our threes again, we win this game. If we got one of them games where we're 8 for 25 from 3, we lose.
Yeah, real talk. For me, it's start number one. For me, it starts with the defense. Go play some defense tonight. Do what you got to do. Bring that defense to the forefront. Come out the gate playing defense, and then like I said, the second thing with me would be move the ball on offense, man. You know, just keep moving that ball, sharing that ball. Look for the hot hand, but just keep moving that ball, man. Make them guys work on the defensive end. You know what I mean? So, we got to make them guys work as well. We play defense. I think we play defense number one, first and foremost, and make them guys work on their defense end. Just don't let them come out there. They don't have to play hard defense because we're not making shots. Force them guys to play defense. And I think my number 3 thing would be, man, let's hope the 3-point shot is there. You don't have to shoot a lot of them. Let's make sure the percentage is there. I don't care if you shoot 10 3-pointers tonight. Just make sure the percentage is good. You know what I mean? If you shoot I don't care how many you shoot, just make sure that percentage is there. Right. I think if we shoot a good percentage, then it'll take care of everything else. Number 4 for me, get to the charity stripe. You know what I mean? Miles Turner is a load down there on the defense and shot blocking wise. That's why I said let's hope that we have a good 3-point percentage because he like Mitch and Noel, they hold that paint down pretty well. So they make it hard on guys driving in their lane, just throwing layups up in there. So we got to make sure that we go at them cats real hard and drive the ball. Just because he's a good shot blocker don't mean you don't take it to him. Take it to Sabonis, take it to Duarte. Take it to them guys. Drive that ball like you said down the middle, kick out, open threes if possible, and get some and-ones and then go to the charity stripe. We need to get to that charity stripe and knock down a good percentage for the charity stripe, and put them on their heels, man. The only way you're gonna make it go at a team, you got to go at them. Go at them dudes. You know what I mean? And I think in the second thing, the most important thing to me as well is the turnovers. Limit them turnovers. Cut down on the turnovers. Try to stay in that 10, 11, to 12 range, not 14, 18. Then it's a wrap. You know what I mean? It just makes it more harder. You put more pressure on our defense when we turn it over. But I would love to see us turn them over because then if we turn them over, then we go back to Shaw's point. We turn them over, get block shots, get steals. That increases the pace. Now we can get up down the transition. You know what I mean? Going back and forth and let our second unit come in and dominate. I think if we can cover all them areas for me, I think we can walk out of Indiana with a W tonight for sure.
All right. What is your prediction tonight?
I'm gonna go Knicks winners. I think we finally get a 2-game in a row winning streak. I think we haven't had it all year. I finally think that Knicks will finally get a 2-game winning streak. I think we go in there with the way that team is right now, 10-16. They still good. They still NBA ball player. They're a talented team. Cause like they could turn around just as well. But I just think with all this trade talk down there, like you said, let's see if it's a distraction. Let's see if they done tapped out. You know what I mean? And let's see if they tapped out. But they also might say that, you know what? Hey, this is the Knicks we playing. We like to go up against these dudes. You know what I mean? So maybe they might look at it from that standpoint and say, we're going to play the Knicks tonight. Let's go in there and try to beat these boys. You know what I mean? And but I do think we got a good chance, you know, to come out there with a W. We play our A game, man, and cover all the bases that I talked about and you talked about. If we could do that, and I think we walk out of there with a W tonight.
Like your score prediction, I'm going to say. Sorry.
Score prediction. I've been off this year, but you know I love doing what we do. I'm gonna go New York Knicks 110, Indiana 98. Okay. 110 Knicks 98, the Indiana Pacers, and we coming up to back-to-back. So you know.
Right. Well, we sizzling last night. I'm going Knicks 105, Indiana Pacers 92. I think we can hold them to under 100 points this game. I just if they keep those points, you know, I just think that the Knicks know what's at stake right now. The players that are in trade talks, they know what's at stake now. They're going to go much harder, and we want to get this W. It's an East Coast rival. We need to beat this W tonight, Devon. So 105-92 New York Knicks tonight.
That's what 105-92. Shot Powell got 118-107, and I said 110-98. Correct.
Right.
So make sure I check that out, man. And pretty soon, whoever pick up prediction that comes to fruition, we're gonna either have to bless y'all with some type of gift or something because y'all hit it on the nail on the head. So y'all keep them coming. If anybody's score come to fruition, we gotta find a way to do something. You know what I mean?
New thing. Get them cash apps in there. You hit them.
Yep.
Right now, y'all heard it first on Knicks Real Talk from my man Devon. He said you guessed the correct. It's not official yet, but what I think he's saying is you hit that right number, he will cash app you something. Or send you a Knicks Real Talk t-shirt, hat, or something, wherever you at. So
absolutely.
That's great, man.
And my word, my bond is my life. Y'all already know I get my life from a word shall fail. So y'all already know. I'm true to this, not new to this, man. So yeah, let's hope that we can do it, man. For tonight's got 107-100.
Yeah.
Good score right there. Good score. I'm pretty much close to where I'm at off a point. I said 110-98, and that's close, Pudge. So yeah, man. I think it's gonna be interesting, man. I think it's gonna be interesting down there tonight, man. I think we got to go down there. It's gonna be a good win for us, man. What I'm happy about that we didn't go 2 games under 500 and we stayed at 500. Now,
right.
I'm happy about that, man. And now we can go over there and do that. And I think we'd be good. But KJ and Vince, my brother, thank you for coming in, man, holding it down with me today. I know you got to get on your grind, man, get to practice and all that good stuff. But thanks for coming on, my brother. And let's get it popping tonight. Go Knicks, man, and we'll talk later, brother.
Absolutely, Nick Nation. Yes, I got my own practice, so I'll be missing some of the game, but I'll try to make it back by third quarter, fourth quarter, hopefully. I got an 8th grade team I'm coaching. We're getting ready for these AAU season, and let me tell you, these kids it's a lot, but we got to keep working. But Devon, thank you as always for letting me on the platform, discussing Knicks Real Talk and things that we know we came together. We're loving the Knicks and we want these teams to win. But on my bold prediction night, we're leaving with the Indiana Pacers. That's my bold prediction tonight.
You hear that? The bold prediction we're leaving with the Indiana Pacers.
We are making a trade tonight after the game is over.
Okay.
So just be mindful of who's sitting down on the bench a lot for the Indiana Pacers because it might go down. That's how you can tell. So let's look for Miles Turner and LeVert to see how many minutes they play. That should determine. Not saying it will, but you never know what can happen, guys.
You never know. Well, KJ, salute, man. Enjoy your practice, my brother, and I'll see you on the next episode, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll talk, man. Real talk.
No doubt. Peace.
All right, brother. Yeah, man. Salute to KJ for coming in, man. Salute to the chat and everybody, man. Y'all got it popping up in there, man. And like I said, for the next, if anybody want to come on, you're more than welcome. That go to link. Y'all want to get it popping. You know what it is, man. And I'm gonna get into some NBA news after this and everything like that, and some scores. Because like I said, everything is so tight in the East right now, man. It's just bunched up there, man. So we are a nice winning streak away from, catapulting ourselves up to the top 5 or 6 in the Eastern Conference. You know what I mean? Especially the way these teams are knocking each other off and all that good stuff, man. So I do think that we can find a way to get this thing going, man. I think we got a good thing going, man. And real quick, man, let me just go around and look at the game tonight in the association that let you know why the way I'm thinking, man, and everything like that. I mean, if you look at this thing right now, in the East tonight, man, it's crazy. You got the Wizards and the Pistons today. A key game for us, the Bulls and the Pacers. I mean, the Bulls and the Cavaliers, excuse me. The Bucks and the Heat. I mean, this is what I mean when y'all always hear me say these guys playing each other, knocking each other off. You got the Celtics down there tonight in LA with the Clippers. You got the Sixers and the Hornets, us and the Thunder and the Raptors. You know what I mean? So it's like these games are real important to us that we go out there and try to win these games, man, and get back into this thing, man. Because like I said, after tonight, you know, it's going to be interesting. You look at the standings. You look at the standings and where we at right now. You know, the Nets is number 1, 17-7. I mean, look at this here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams with 12 losses, 3 teams with 11 losses. So let's hypothetically say the Knicks win tonight. We 13-12. Well, obviously we beat the Celtics already. We already beat the Hawks already. So that puts us right there in the 9th spot. Cavaliers got a pretty important game, which is losable. The Hornets got a losable game tonight, and the Heat got a losable game tonight because they are without Bam Adebayo. Now they got 12. By Friday, if we get on a 3-game winning streak, the Knicks literally could be in the 4th spot. You know what I mean? And that's why I said let these teams keep beating each other up. And all we got to do is just put a W on the board every for the next couple of rounds. And next thing you know, we back at it. You know what I mean? We back at it, and I think that's that we could really get it popping, man. You know what I mean? There's a important game like Shah said. I mean, Pud Nights, it's a major game in 30 minutes, man. We got to go in there and get this thing popping. But that's how close this thing is. That's why I want to hope the Knicks can get on a 2-3 game winning streak, even 4 or 5. You think about it, we haven't had a winning streak all year. If we do go streaking for a minute, and we'll be in a good situation, and we feel pretty good in Knick Nation because we kind of weathered the storm a little bit, and we got back around to playing Knick basketball, and we got some W's mounted on the board. Because you think about this here, real talk, that game against Brooklyn, 2 points we lost. The game against Chicago, 4 points or something of that nature. So them easily we could have been there already. So we've been close in a lot of these games, not playing good basketball. But let's hope that we start playing good basketball like last night, and it continues. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to compare the San Antonio Spurs to the Indiana Pacers. I think Indiana Pacers are a way better team than they are, talent-wise and all. You know what I mean? So this is not going to be no walk in the park compared to last night. But I do think that we the way we gelled last night over this road trip, and the way we got to sort out a lot of things and a lot of kinks in the armor, a lot of things we needed to work on. We got a chance to have 2 days off with 2 days good practice, and you could tell it bode well for that, man. And I just think that was so important. But let me bring my other partner in crime, man, who always holding me down. We already know what it is. Shout out to the Powers, my brother. What's good, man?
What's going on, Divine? What's good?
I'm good, brother. How your day going, Jay, so far?
So far, so good, man. I'm getting myself ready. I just finished eating some wings and some potato skins, wifey hooked up and stuff like that. So I'm pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, man, we got that game, man. About another half hour, man. We going down to Indiana, man. I'm hoping that we can click again like we did last night and win 2 in a row.
Yeah, this is a good game that we need to really pick up on and try to get this victory, man. Like you was just saying, you just showed those stats, man. 2 wins right now by the end of this weekend after Saturday game, man. We could be right back from 11th spot all the way up to 4th, 5th spot in no time. So these wins, everything right now is crucial in this crunch time, man. And to piggyback off of what you was talking about earlier, man, I was doing some investigation today about the LeVert and that Miles. That would be not a bad pickup if we could leave some guys over there tonight and pick them up on the way to Saturday's game.
Yeah, man, you ain't kidding, bro. Yeah, let's bring you a little short, little. You can come back and get the rest of your stuff later.
Yeah. You know, you work what you got to work out. You know what I mean? But that would be a nice little pickup, and it's manageable, man. It's low. It's manageable, man. We ain't gonna lose a whole lot of pieces. We might not really have to put out a first round, but we got some first rounds that we really can put out there, man. We got a lot of first rounds. We got 2 blocks. I keep reiterating on this part, man. We got 2 first round two picks, 3 picks that we picked up last year that really ain't seeing any minutes right now. And if we pick up 2 or 3 more picks, first, where we're gonna fit them, and second, what we're gonna do with them. We ain't gonna be able to implement them anytime soon. So let's go ahead and if we're gonna pull this trigger, man, let's pull this trigger quick, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Because one thing I do like about that as well. See, a lot of them picks we can keep moving them back. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
beautiful thing about it, like all these first round picks we got, you can move them back. So when we do decide if we ever have to go into a rebuild, we still got the picks. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the Knicks are in a win-win situation with this thing, man. If they do it right, you ain't got to mortgage the future to get to what we got. And I think maybe being able to get a Karis LeVert and Miles Turner, you don't mortgage the future.
Right.
You don't and you don't even mess with the salary cap because, like I said, they 2 years contracted just like the other guys, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it would be like keeping Noel and keeping them guys for 2 years. You know what I mean? So, but I think having no LeVert and Miles Turner for 2 years, as opposed to Kemba Walker and Noel, makes this team much better.
Way better. Yeah, man. That'll really pick up some. That'll put a real strong hold on the starting unit.
Mm-hmm.
And that second unit would be, man, that second unit would be crazy. Could you imagine Miles started and Mitch coming off the bench? Man, come on, man. So you talk about defensive presence down low on both of your, Noel is a good player, man. 150. I always say there's 150-pound soaking wet, but he does what he got to do. But he ain't no Miles.
No,
He ain't.
Yeah, man, and Miles can stretch that floor when he need to, open up for Julius Randle, and that's what's so disappointing for them guys to me down there in Indiana. I mean, you got him and Sabonis, and that thing just should have worked out more better than they thought it was. But like I said, we can't take the guy for granted tonight. Today, like I said, they got Malcolm Brogdon as a handful. He could play the point guard real well. Duarte, that young man coming to his own as a rookie, he's playing good. So we can't go down there and take the cats lightly, man. But I think they're doing the right thing in Indiana because they've been that experiment been going on for what 4 years now, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and
At least
out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Salute May the 4th. We see you, my brother. Appreciate you coming in. May the 4th. Salute to you. Real talk. Thanks for coming in, man. Everybody, man, y'all hit them likes, man. Hit them likes and them subscribe buttons, man. Let's get it popping in here and the next real talk, man. But it's a lot of things, but tonight's gonna be an important game, man. We need to finally win 2 games in a row. You know what I mean? We got to win 2 games in a row, God. And in another half hour, it all starts off, man. And I really love to see us get these 2 games in a row and get it popping, man. Shall we need it tonight?
Yeah, I hope we just get off to the way we started the last game, man. Push some pace, grab some rebounds, get out a little bit, man. If we could just get a little run going on, man, and do almost something similar to the last game. First 3 quarters really rock out. And if they want to try to make a comeback, let them come back in the 4th quarter. But if we got a nice little lead or something like that, a little cushion, it's gonna be it's gonna be all right, man. I got confidence in the Knicks, man. After seeing them last night, I just hope they come out and do something similar. Not the same, but something similar, man. RJ need to hit some shots tonight. You know what I mean? I ain't looking for no 7 of 8 again tonight. But if he can hit a 3 or 4, 4 or 5 or something like that, or even a 4-7 or something like that, that'll help tonight, man. And he has to play some defense tonight.
Hey, yeah, real talk, real quick. Push tonight. Thanks for that, man. He said Noel back hurts, game time decision.
Man, oh man, I tell you, boy.
That's what I mean, man.
But look, but watch this, Divine. Not to cut you off, man, but game time. I mean, he's hurt. He's sitting on the bench. That might mean something. That might mean something. We might be leaving him down. We might be leaving him right down there, man. We might be leaving him. So that might mean something.
Right. Hey, you know what? Absolutely. He wasn't hurting that bad last night. What he do between now and last night? Did he fall out the chair or something? Wow. Hey, you never know, bro.
You never know.
Think about this mess all night long.
I'm just saying. Kemba is out the starting lineup. This might be the time it's close. They can leave him down there. Today is the 8th. They won't be able to play to, I guess, after the 15th, but they could travel with the team and get some practices starting right now. You know, man.
Check it out. I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna blend that real talk. Hey, chat, listen to this. What did you hear today that make you think about that stuff? We just talked about these same two players in the trade. Kemba Walker sold his house in Boston, and Nerlens Noel might sit out tonight. Then the two players we just talked about in the trade.
Man, I mean, it sounds like something, man. I don't know.
Funny, that is crazy. Hey, Jarvis, my man in the building. Jarvis, what's good, brother? Salute.
Well, salute Divine, salute Shot Powers, salute to the chat. Man, I was listening in the chat. Shot Powers is the one pulled me up on the panel. Man, when you said that shot and I thought about it, I was like, oh, wait a minute, hold up, man. Something might be in the works. So it's excitement that is going on just thinking about it. So until something is done, I'm gonna kind of slow my little horses down just a little bit, but that is something to think about, because the one I was thinking about, if anybody should be looked upon to see whether or not their back or hip might be hurting, it should be Mitch with that fall he taken for being clipped. You know, but Nerlens Noel, wow. But boy, I tell you what, if some kind of way we pull this off, and this get pulled off, woo, we're gonna end up being more dangerous, because these are individuals that you can plug right in, and they're gonna fit right into the chemistry of what we need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
So, man, that's just a win-win for us.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like I said, they wanted Miles Turner in the off season.
Sure did.
You know what I mean? And then here's the thing. How long do you have to wait on Noel's contract to get moved? Because I think he just signed as a free agent. Do we got to does he have a certain amount of time he got to play for the Knicks before they can even move him? Is it the 15th or is it the trade? Well, he was unrestricted, right?
I think he's unrestricted.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, so it might not be no restrictions on his deal. Man, listen, don't have me sitting here about to go on all the screens.
I hear you.
I'm just saying, all of a sudden, we hear this guy's gonna be out tonight.
Funny. Let me tell you what's funny. If this happened and my man KJ Vince said somebody coming out of New York coming out with a player tonight, I'm gonna send him a gift card to go wherever you want to go.
Man, I second that. You know, if KJ said that and that happens, oh my God. Yes, Devon, I agree with you.
He said his bold prediction was that somebody will be coming back with the Knicks tonight. That's what he said. So that would be crazy, bro. But man, listen, man, that's where we at right now, man. That's where we at. You know, with all this trade chatter, and they look like they trying to blow it up. They got a shopping sale going on down in Indiana. And we right there for the taking. I just think that them two dudes, I love the Caris LeVert thing. I think he fit in right well with us, and he played in this area. He don't got to get acclimated to nothing. All he got to do is switch uniforms. That's it.
Because he's kind of close, like a Alex Burke type of player, anyways. So he would fit in good with what we do, anyways, whether he's starting or coming off the bench. You know. Mm-hmm. But because you put him, I mean, if it's not the real true wing we're looking for, then it's Caris LeVert who can play some of that. Mm-hmm. Put him up in that starting unit with RJ, and that's good too. Or you put him in that second unit, you don't even miss a beat with with Alex Burks being in the starting unit right now, and that would be dangerous. Put him on that bench with D Rose and Quickly and Toppin and Mitch.
Yeah, that move to the second unit for LeVert will really elevate that second unit, and we will also be able to keep Burks in the starting unit. Yeah, man, that is gonna make it real exciting right there, man. That's gonna make it, and then you got Miles in the starter unit and Mitch coming off the bench. Wow. Man, that's about 7 to 12 blocks a night, man.
I was about to say, Shaw, you listen, you definitely took my food for thought. That's man, the 7 block shots a game between them.
Yeah, man.
But it might be more than that. I think Mitch is on a rampage right now.
Now, the only thing with Miles Turner, I like his rim protection ability, his ability to stretch at the 5. Only thing is, I want to see him get up a little bit more is his rebounding. But beside that, I think he can get acclimated to that because that would even take even a little bit more offensive pressure off of Julius. And Julius, you never know, Julius might go up another 2 rebounds with having somebody that you can actually score to where he can have that energy for other things. So it's ways it can be managed. And then on top of that, you get a chance to Burt here. That's going to also help out Burks because it's going to stop him from possibly all the extra minutes that he's had to assume because of shrinking the rotation from 10 to like 9. So now you possibly go back up to 10 to where Burks and RJ and I don't know what's going to happen. With Fournier, I guess they got to say Fournier in the mix with IQ, D Rose, and Alex Burks. I can kind of see it kind of relieving them so we don't wear down Alex Burks with overusing him with too many minutes. So that's why I say it's a lot of positives to moves like this. A lot of positives to a move like this. Absolutely. So let's just hope. First of all, first things first. Let's just hope. Let's just focus on. Let's hope we win first.
Right.
And bring back some players second.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Go get that W tonight, man. Get down there and get 2 games in a row. That's the most important thing, man. But this is a fun time of the year because we like I said, like Alaa Wise said, we still got a week away, man. December 15th. But if you sit these players out like that, and like I said, Noel. When did he hurt that back? I'm not sure. In the game, I didn't see it play. I know one time he was on the baseline. I seen him bending down, stretching himself, and it could have been that play. But that's the reason why. If that man hurt his back, that's the reason why I said we got to get and move him because that's going to be continuous all year long. How much are we going to be able to rely on him and Mitch? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's an interesting situation to have. That's why that was a good segue into that trade with Turner because now if he out tonight, I do like Todd Gibson. What I would do, I would put Todd Gibson on Sabonis. Don't extend Julius Randle so much, and let Todd Gibson get them fouls because it's easier to replace Todd Gibson with Jericho Sims than it is to replace somebody with Julius Randle if you getting a foul trouble.
True.
You know what I mean? So, and then being that Turner's not a bang type of dude, he's a stretch dude anyway. So I think Randall wouldn't have a problem getting in foul trouble against him. But I think Mount Turner's not a type of guy who bangs like that. He's just he's more finesse. I guess that's I'm using the right word. He's finesse player shot. So I can see definitely Todd playing Sabonis and Todd to go hard. So he's gonna make it hard on Sabonis for sure. At least from a energy standpoint. It might help us out on the offense then because Sabonis is not a great defender, and Todd made the results all his energy on the offense, then you never know.
Yeah, he definitely. That sounds like a real big move right there, man. Put hold on, I got a little feedback. Put a little on Taj on Sabonis and stuff. Taj plays good ball with the big guys, man. He's an old crafty vet, man. So and he'll get out. He's always at the top of that. He's always at the top of the key and stuff like that. So I would love to see him up there. So this guy won't stretch him out too much. Let's get it tonight, man. We need this win. So whatever we got to do, man. Bite, kick, punch, or scratch, whatever we got to do. We need to get all of that in tonight and run it all with, mix it all in with some gumbo from down where you at, and put it out there and let's get it go, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Jarvis, man. What do you think the outcome gonna be? How it looks for you tonight? What do you think we're gonna do tonight?
I like to see them push that pace a little bit more. I like my man Shy Powers also, and man, we're gonna we need to control them boards tonight. Limit them to one opportunity. Let's just focus on playing ball to where we're not playing any sloppy ball. Let's continue the ball movement. Let's continue to take good shots. And let's continue to make good decisions. If anything, we work on them free throws even further. I don't think we had bad. I don't think we did bad last game on the free throw line, but just to continue it, and the rest is just man, let's show some grit. We show some grit and some physicality and stuff like that, and we can get this win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real talk, man. I'm this will be one of the games that if we win this game, brother, it's like the temperature just gonna. And that's why I hope we can get these 3 games on this road, because then that makes up for the 3 games we lost at the Garden. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now, it's a wash. You know what I mean? And when that puts us at 2 games over 500, if we win Friday, and then we go back home for two games. But I do believe that this team went on the road. I think they're gonna go home with a different mindset and realize that we got to take care of business at the Garden. Man, if we can win these 3 games on the road, then go to man. Don't get me wrong, we got the Bucks and the Golden State Warriors, but I think this is going to be a good test for us these next 5 games. We've got one out the way. Hopefully, we can get this one out the way tonight, and then the Toronto, Milwaukee, and Golden State will be a big challenge for us. And I'm looking forward to it, man. We go on the streak and win these, the Knicks is back for sure.
Divine, those games against Milwaukee and Golden State, those are at Madison Square Garden, right?
That's correct.
Look, those are major tests, and those are not going to be easy teams to beat. But this is the type of challenge we need to kind of get us up, motivated, and focusing on reclaiming Madison Square Garden as our own.
Mm-hmm.
Because back in the day, my dad had a pit bull. And he named him Prince Ali. He's in the backyard, but he's like a young pit bull. He's still a puppy. So, there's a maturing process. So at one time, he would be back there eating food. And my stepmother, or my dad's wife, noticed a dog would come in the yard, and he would eat my dad's pit bull's food. So my stepmom was telling us, man, that dog is a mutt. That dog ain't worth the fig. He letting other dogs come in the yard, take his food. I mean, what kind of dog is supposed to be a pit bull? I mean, she clowning this dog. Few months later, what my dad did, this is what he did. He talked to a guy down the street, had another pit bull. See, pit bulls, this is what people got to understand about pit bulls. Pit bulls are naturally playful until the instincts get turned on. So what he did was he went down the street, bumped his pit bull with another pit bull. So now the dog has been waking up to where it's like everything is not playful. So now it's territorial. It's time to stand up. He tapped into those instincts to fight. Next thing I know, a few months later, no dogs was coming in the backyard. They had a dog that was dead in the backyard, and he was eating his own food. Somebody, I think, put a dog back there just to see what would happen, and that pit bull ended up doing something to him. I said all that to state is, Milwaukee and Golden State, they come in the bump with the New York Knicks. Let's get them instincts turned on and let them know that this is our house. We ain't giving up no food no more. You ain't coming here and just walk over and just take this place. We're gonna be home. Instincts will be turned on.
Right.
So I'm just looking for them to just one game at a time. Milwaukee come. We say we get through these 3 games with Indiana and Toronto. Milwaukee comes in. Hey, first challenge. Not tonight, Milwaukee. Not tonight. We need that mentality. Golden State, hot team, championship contender. But as for this game, we're gonna send you home with an L. That's the type of mentality we got to go in there. Can't be afraid to compete. Can't be afraid of reputations. And this is Steph Curry, and Mr. Steph Curry is about to meet some pit bulls. That's what we need.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, that day, that Golden State game, that's going to be the Knicks Real Talk birthday divine win, December 14th. They won in that one for me that day. So we got to get it popping in the Garden, man. I would love to go out there and get back to that grittiness in the Garden, man. and represent that city the way you're supposed to, man. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see is get back to. And it's been tough with the new players, with Kimber and them guys. I just want New York to get back to what they do. You know what I mean? Just represent the city, man. You gotta go hard. You know, New York is a hard city, brother. There's a lot of love there, but it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
You know, they just gotta get back to that. They got to get back to that. I'm going down in the subway trying to get on the A to L train, the F train. I'm trying to jump in and out of the taxi cab. You walk down the street, I bump your shoulder. I don't say, pardon me, excuse me, oh, well, I don't know you anyway. That's what New York got to. That's what the Knicks need to do. They need to get back to what they do, man. They got to represent that city, man. And I do think they will, man. I hopefully we win tonight, man. I just think that we might finally get ready to turn this corner, man. And like I always say, it ain't how you start, it's how you finish. You know what I mean? And let's hope that we can finish strong, man, and get this thing going, man. I still got faith in this team. And like I said, after that win last night, I just love the way they played. Overall, I love the way they played last night, Shaw. That was a real good. That's what we've been looking for all year, and adding Mitch to that fold. You know
everything really came together. That was one of the first games in a long time that I've seen us play a full 48 minutes, man. And everything, we played gritty, we played up pace, we played with pace, and we did some really good things that game, man. And I'm so hopeful for the night, man, that we come out tonight and we still have a little bit of that spot from last night, and we continue this on the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, and push it towards the fourth quarter, man. We need this win tonight, man. Once again, we only out of fourth place by maybe 2 games, man. Like you said, Devon, by Saturday's game, we could be somewhere or fifth, sixth, fourth, somewhere in that range, just from these next 2 games. If we win, man, let's get it.
Yes, sir. Hey, the next 2 games we win, that put us at 14-12. Miami Heat is in the 4th spot at 14-11, and they done lost 2 games in a row. The Wizards at 14-11, and at the 5th spot, they done lost 3 games in a row. You know what I mean? So hey, we noticed the Sixers are coming along. The Hornets safety protocol out. You know, they've been playing good without their players, but like I said, man, they lost 1 in a row. Cleveland lost 2 games in a row, and they cashed out a tough schedule tonight. And just before we get off the air, man, like I said, let's go over the games right quick again. Tonight, guys, the Bulls and the Cavaliers. Cavaliers can take an L tonight. Now that puts them at 13 or 12 or 13 losses. The Heat gonna play the Bucks tonight. That puts the Heat at 12 if they lose tonight, 12 losses. You know what I mean? It's just that crazy. And the Celtics, they play the Clippers tonight in LA. Let's say the Celtics lose tonight in LA. They 13-13. We jumped the ball with them tonight. You know what I mean? And then you got let's say the Sixers beat the Hornets tonight. Now the Hornets got 13 losses or 12 losses. We just got to go down there tonight, man, and win this game. And trust me when I'm telling you, we go down there and beat them in Toronto. Knicks is right there in the 4th spot. But the way these cats are playing each other, man. So, and because, you know, and that's to piggyback up, that's tomorrow. The Jazz got the Sixers. There's not a lot of games on the doctrine tomorrow that's going to benefit us. But that Friday when we play, you got the Nets and the Hawks. The Nets and the Hawks. You got the Cavaliers going down to Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You got the Celtics going to be there against the Suns. They probably take another L, maybe. You know what I mean? And we got the Hornets playing the Kings, and we play the Raptors. Man, we just got to go out there and win these games, brother. And I think all this stuff will take care of itself for sure. But yo, man, great show. I know we'll be on the streets of Buzzing tonight, man. Getting the popping with CT. I know he at work getting it in there, right, man. We gonna get it popping, man. Jarvis, man, give me your last words, man, before we go get out of here, man, and get ready to watch this game.
Well, man, the first thing is just it's just TCB, man, taking care of business. We just got to do that tonight. You know, there's no other. You need to. They need to see that there's no other option.
Mm-hmm.
You just win tonight. Let's go.
Yeah,
let's do it. If you know, at some point, if you're gonna look at turning around your season, what better way to start than now?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you know, so that way you can really get into a rhythm and a good flow, man. So I do like the fact that they're showing a little bit more togetherness and camaraderie. Because even if you look at the way RJ had huddled everybody, you didn't see that as much in that 20-game stretch, man. But you're starting to see it now. So I think these guys are communicating. And another thing, communicate on defense tonight. Communicate, have each other's back, man. And then let's just get this win, man. Let's do this. We can do this. If you believe it, I know it's an old saying. If you believe it, you can achieve it.
Facts.
You gotta believe it.
Facts. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to that tonight, Shaw. Talk to me, man. What you thinking, man? I know we all confident up here, and we got a reason to be. But give me your thoughts on this thing before we get out of here.
I'm gonna just say this tonight, man. Salute to the panel, Jarvis. Salute Divine. Salute to all my peoples in the chat. Represent. Let's get it tonight.
Yeah, real talk, man. Yo, salute to the chat, man. Y'all get ready to watch that game. Get your refreshments and all that good stuff, man. Let's go get it. D. Roth, Will Slocken, HOF, Nature Sports Card, Robert Woodward, man. Salute to you. May the 4th. Thanks for coming in. Salute to you. Pud Nice, Allow Wise. All the seasoned vets up in here, man. Let's go get it today, man. Fabian was in the building. Still Nick fan is in the building. Pud's in the building. So let's get it, man. Peace of the guard, always in there. Giant Opinion Sports was up in there. We had a Queen's Court in the building. The Fishers was in the building. Everybody in here representing, man. They always do, man. We appreciate y'all for that. But let's go get it tonight, man. Will, Tim Smith, all you guys, man. Fabian, like I said, DSJ, Delano, man. Salute to you, my brother. Thanks for coming in as always, man. Y'all got it, man. Yes, sir. Salute to the family, man. Let's go, man. Knicks need this W tonight. Let's go get it, New York.
Yes.
Let's get it.
And let's go get it.
Let's get it.
Salute to everybody. Y'all have a great one. We see y'all tonight on the streets of Buzzing. Y'all enjoy the game. We'll talk to you then. Knicks, we'll talk, man. I'm out. Peace.
Salute.
Jamendo.com